Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5, Episode 1 of the reunion. Alright, before we get into what all happened at the reunion, the first thing I want to do is do a very quick recap of the outfits. First up is Miss Karen. I'm looking at them on my phone so I can just give you real quick my rundown. She's giving me Easter dress, very Easter Sunday-ish. Now, I mean the cutouts, no. But the netting over the dress was reminded me of like Easter on the Sunday. And the split looks like they just took the dress and just like, and put something around it and was like, Monique. She has to be, like her dress was one of the nicest ones. The only thing is I don't like the added, like, it could have been that, sorry, I'm looking at the picture. It could have been that maybe she added the sleeve because the armpit doesn't quite go up to her armpit. It like pulls like this. Like, I don't know. It just looks off to me. But if they would have taken that sleeve off and that neck part, perfect. Giselle. This is not one of her worst looks. I don't like the length in the front, and then why does everybody have to have a slit? Like, you don't have to show your legs. Her ankles and her feet are giving me month 9, 36 weeks of pregnancy. Like, I just feel like that's a bad shoe choice for, she's just always got her legs out. Wendy looks nice. She's giving me prom night. She looks nice. I like her hair. You know, I don't have too much to say. I love the color against her skin, but you know, it looks very promish to me, but you know, she looks nice. Candace. The bow. I feel like she's hiding something. Mainly, of course, I feel like she's hiding that she may be pregnant. Maybe. I'm just guessing. I mean, why else would you put a big bow that takes up your entire, it looks like somebody that's trying to hide the beginning stages of a pregnancy. But, and then the bottom doesn't even go with the dress. Like, it could have at least been all yellow. I don't know. I don't know how we could, I don't know what could go with that bow. Robin. See, maybe this is a bad picture, but it just looks like anatomically, everything is below where it's supposed to be, if you know what I mean. No, girl. This is a no. And then the hair with the cheetah print. The bottom. Ashley. There are so many more ways you could dress a pregnancy bump. You did not have to do this to yourself. What is the green part about? What is this? Everybody with these slits, you don't have to have a slit. Like, is it like a thing? Like, is it hot? Maybe it's just like hot in the room and it's just, all the anxiety is high and everybody needs a slit, but the green part is just throwing me. And I don't know, it's giving me, I don't know. She's got wings, so she can take off like the bat she is. Okay, so we have the opener, and Andy is, you know, sorry, didn't mean to kick y'all. So we have the opener, and Andy is talking about how the ladies have evolved over the years. And they highlight that the people who have changed the most are Ashley and Karen. Mainly Karen with her etiquette foolishness, and her wigs have definitely leveled up, like a lot. Ashley, see, that's the thing. Okay, so yes, Ashley changed, but it wasn't a permanent change. She had the baby, and when she was like trying to heal herself and, you know, get better from having the baby and get back to her normal self, she was a bit more reserved. She was a bit calmer. She did keep her mouth shut a lot more, but excuse me, as time went on and she started feeling better and back to her normal self, that's when she started opening her mouth again, and she started to become really annoying. So Karen is the one I think who has evolved the most over the years. I'm talking about Giselle's fashions, and Karen is letting her have it, and Giselle's trying to put up this facade like, oh, you know, she's always talking about me. It's great to hear that I'm always on her mind. No, girl. She tried to say Karen was the one who started the fashion thing. No, 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 no. Karen said what everybody else was thinking. So let's not do this whole Karen started it, because she didn't. You did, with your horrible outfits. Candace says the best dress would have to be a tie between herself and Karen. Giselle got her good, I have to admit, with that fake Fendi when it said Indie on the back. No, girl, that was not alterations. That was you buying fake Fendi. Candace does dress nice. I will have to admit she had some looks this season, so I'll give that to her. Monique, we didn't get to see her that often. I'm sure she would have given her a run for her money, but Candace does. I think she dresses nice. I like her outfits. I'll take it. Karen has been dressing a lot younger, so I just feel like overall she went from being stuffy, like, you know, like she went from one of them to like, okay, I can wear a crop top now, and I got my wig, and I mean, it's cool. She's had a nice evolution. She seems to be aging backwards, because if you look at a picture of her season 1 versus a picture of her now, I mean, I'm sure she's had work done, but she looks good. I'll give it to her. She looks good. All right, so we start talking about Wendy. She says that she's the first Nigerian housewife, and that a lot of people are very proud of her and excited about what she's going to be doing. She says she is still teaching at Johns Hopkins University, and when her students finish, they are going to be doctors. So they start talking about how important it is for her culturally to get a good education, and that's why she talked about having all these degrees so often, which I don't think she realizes how exhausting it was, but here we are. They call Giselle out on her saying that she's a floozy freelancer, and Karen says, no, I did not call you a floozy. That is Giselle who called you a floozy. And of course, immediately, as soon as Giselle gets called out, she says, oh yeah, well, I wanted you to, no, I said that because Karen's been trying to get you kicked off the show from day one. And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you embellishing stories so that people will have beef, so that you can put them in the ring together and they can go head to head. This is what Giselle does. This is what she loves to do. But oh, does karma come back around? Wendy brings up a good point, and she says that maybe Karen didn't like her so much because she didn't come and kiss Karen's butt and say, you know, I want you to be my mentor. Show me around Potomac and how I'm supposed to act and what I'm supposed to do. That's a good point, because just about all those other women, except for Giselle and Robin, because they had been there already, but they all had come to Karen to say, hey, I'm new to this circle. Show me your ways. Show me how I'm supposed to act. And Wendy did not do that. because she has 4 degrees and she already knows. We get to Candace, and all this season I've been wondering what it is about her that's different. I know Giselle called her out about getting a nose job, but I was like, is that it? It is. She's giving me Cindy Lou Who and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. She's giving me that. Like, she looks like her nose is just like where the bridge is, they just cut it off early, so it's like extremely like, no girl, you should have left it alone. Andy asked her about her song, and of course Andy, being messy, asks how her song compares to Ashley's song. And of course Candace says, oh, you know, she basically says her song is better, there's no auto-tune, and Ashley butts in with that forehead, which fair enough, she's shading your song, girl, get yours. And she just says, well, I performed my song multiple times. No, that doesn't mean it's good, girl. That doesn't mean you did a good job. No. Candace's song, your song. Candace's vocals, your vocals. Andy admits that Candace is a mess on Twitter, and she is. Maybe she needs somebody to handle that for her, because at this point, Twitter is just getting you into so much trouble. Somebody needs to take her phone. Somebody needs to change her Twitter password. And Ashley is just saying that, you know, she says so much on social media about everybody else and she should be held accountable for that. And you can tell Ashley's really bothered. Like, she really does not like Candace. Like, if you pay attention, her shoulder was like she was like, her shoulder was like twitching. Like, she was, maybe it's the pregnancy, I don't know. They addressed the whole colorism topic, and honestly, a lot of these women were acting aggressive this season. I don't think it's a colorist thing. I mean, maybe some things will reveal itself later, like next season or something, but I personally did not feel like what was going on was a colorism thing. I did feel like Ashley could be, I didn't feel like Ashley was aggressive. Like, she would say some stuff that would be very shady, but she would not be like in your face like, oh, you're gonna hit me, then hit me, or drag me, or she was not acting like that. She would say what she had to say from across the room. Ashley and Candace, they run their mouth the same, but Candace and Ashley go about running their mouths in different ways. So we switch over to Giselle, who is really in the hot seat this episode, and I love it. She's been stirring the pot all season. Andy asks about the West Wing, and she says the West Wing in her house has not been completed because of COVID, slowed everything down, especially things coming in from overseas. So they continue talking about Giselle being such a tacky person, and saying that basically her tackiness has carried over into her home interior decor, which we all see, but of course she doesn't. And she thinks that Karen is just coming for her, and it's just, she calls it Ronald McDonald. So of course Giselle shoots back a Geritol joke, and Karen's like, girl, you are 50 years old. Like, stop trying to act like you are 25, 30 years old compared to, I don't know how old Karen is, but they are really not very far in age. And you know what tells? That neck Giselle got. You can tell she got that little turkey neck. So then Karen comes for Giselle hard. And she says, she used her own tagline against her. Word on the street is, I love how she said that. Word on the street is that basically she's saying that Pastor Jamal Bryant is not really dating her, that it is all for a storyline, which can we take some appreciation for Karen in that she is saying everything that we want said in the show, because we all knew this was not real, but she was convinced that she was going to convince us. But especially with her children and the way they were reacting, which was very, I don't want to say strange, but I'm sure they love their father, but I'm sure they just feel like their father and mother should not be together because they know his history. And like they said, they don't want to see their mom get hurt again, which is reasonable, I feel like. But they just were not having it, ever. It also says that the pastor recently had a baby, according to her father, while they were dating. And Giselle comes back and says, no, that is not true. My dad was exaggerating when he got caught with the hot mic, saying he got 6 to 7 baby mamas and this is insane. And that her dad supports her through whatever she decides to do. He may not like all of her decisions, but as long as he supports her, that's all that matters to her. So then Monique, you know, she's felt like this whole season everybody has been coming for her family, and since this nasty rumor was spread about her, let's get into the rumors about you, because Giselle has been the main one. And to be honest, I think Giselle is the reason why we know what the rumor is, because she refused to say it. And then Charisse was not on there because apparently she's the one who started the rumor, maybe. But Charisse was not on any of the episodes, or she did not have a confessional time to be able to say what anything was. And Giselle was word on the street. Dang, girl. You should have kept your mouth shut. Monique comes with her binder of receipts, and she thumbs over to the tab for Giselle. And she says, I was DM'd by Jamal's girlfriend, and she's got screenshots of him and all his little work retreats and all the things that he was doing, and screenshots of him saying that it's just a reality TV show, it's not real, and it's terrible. Like, Candace is trying to say something, but Monique is not fazed at this point. Monique is like, girl, Candace says, she's been waiting all season to do this. It's okay. And she should have. I mean, at this point, she's not filming. Let's use that time wisely. If you're gonna slander her name with all this foolishness, don't get mad when the pendulum swings back around. Like, Monique bodied her. She came out with the phone number, the pictures, the screenshots. Giselle's face was cracked. She couldn't even, like, and what kills me is she was like, you want to talk about everybody else and all their business, and you sit up here with Pastor Holy Whore, and says she brings a different man to the reunion every year. And the one time she really needs to count on somebody to be there, because she is getting bodied. She says, I hope he's here to support you. And Karen, of course, will he be here? And Giselle, she just says, no, he's not coming. That karma has come back around to Miss Giselle Bryant. Like, they leaned into her. Like, of course he's not coming. Of course. Because when you're nasty and you're just, I don't know if she's gonna be able to take it. Like, honestly, I don't feel bad at all about what happened. I just feel like, you know, this is all a long time coming. There have been, like, this is the 5th season now, and they really haven't ever leaned into her like that. they were all, like most of the ladies were just tiptoeing around her and trying to be nice because they wanted to kiss up to her. But Monique had it at that point. And Candace sitting up there talking about, who is even listening to this? Me girl. I want to hear it, me. So, you know, it is what it is. I am excited to see what happens the rest of the reunion because, girl. Anyways, with that being said, that was my review on the first reunion episode of season 5 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again next week. Bye.